Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at Boris Karloff as the Mummy. Not my favorite Universal Monsters picture, but I love the monster. So, and the Mummy is iconic across so many different forms of media, beyond just the Universal Monsters or the Universal picture. Uh, Beautiful box art here. I love how they're recreating elements of the movie posters, if not just outright recreating the movie poster itself. And then, of course, you can see that beautiful gloss on the key portions there against that matte background. Just really, really looks nice. Always classy work from NECA. A product shot on the side, and then on the back. Again, a little in my opinion, a little nicer product collage than what we normally get from NECA stuff. Usually it's just like, here's a box and here's another image. This is the way it's all blended together. I think looks really, really nice. And then, of course, on the bottom of the box, look at that. Those credits, I love it. I love that NECA gives all of their artists credit for putting these figures in our hands. And of course, the front panel of the box opens up. You've got some more art of the figure inside, as well as the forthcoming accessory set. And the figure itself and all the accessories displayed in the window very nicely. I have not yet made up my mind on if I'm going to get the accessory set. I don't have it pre-ordered anywhere, but if I just run across it in Target or something, I'm probably going to end up getting it. Especially if I'm there for like G.I. Joe classified figures and they don't have anything, and then I see this, I'll get it because I would like to have the sarcophagus and the other stuff. So let's open this guy up and take a look at the finished product. I've got, and you can see the reviews for Frankenstein and the Wolfman here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. So please go check those out. Like, subscribe, share, and now you got to add the Mummy. I didn't plan on buying these initially because I've got the sideshow ones, and that reminds me, I kind of just ran back here with this because I was like, ooh, you know what? I'm ready to review this Mummy. But that reminds me, we're going to have to take a moment so I can go grab another Mummy figure to compare this guy to. All right, I'm back. We'll take a look at that figure in just a minute, but first, let's get all of these accessories out. You'll notice everything is very nicely packaged in this tray, and NECA are doing a great job going tape-free with stuff lately. I mean, there will be pieces here and there. As a matter of fact, this one, a piece of tape here, but this piece of tape is not next to the actual accessory. It's on top of a little piece of plastic keeping that accessory in place. So I definitely prefer that to just having tape directly on the accessories. I've got a couple extra hands here. Don't want to come out. There we go. A couple more heads. And then finally, we've got a little plastic tab down there at the bottom, securing the figure in place. We'll snip right through that. I got to tell you guys once again, I am absolutely loving this new workspace I've created. So much more room, so much less worry about things flying. Oh, he's got another plastic tab around his waist. All right. So much less worry about things flying off the table and having to hunt for them as the video goes on. And let me know how you like the new wider aspect ratio. I don't necessarily think it's necessary right? Because all the action is here, in the middle. But I mean, it's easier for me, and if you guys prefer it, then awesome. So this is, man, this guy looks great. So here, let's get these accessories off to the side here so we can compare the Sideshow Toys, not Sideshow Collectibles, Sideshow Toys Mummy with our new NECA Mummy. Now, I contend that these are both fantastic figures that are accomplishing different things. This older sideshow, I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. All of the sculpt and painted detail on this guy, it's great. He's dirty and bandaged, but obviously the articulation is much more simple. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to move any of these joints because these figures now are kind of notorious for parts snapping off, just I guess due to the age of the plastic. So I'm going to leave him in exactly this pose. But he's got cut joints here. He's got basic knee joints. You can see those big giant knee joints. Nothing on the ankles, but just gorgeously detailed figure. I mean, he looks fantastic and is obviously much larger than the NECA release. So I love this figure. He's staying out on the shelf. He's not getting packed up or anything. It's just from a different era uh, to be a different thing. So there you go. That's your difference there. This is the mummy that I've had since what, 98 or something like that. Let's see if we can make this out. I've got my glasses on and oh, you know what? Let me the missus got this for me quite some time ago. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Little magnifier. And I still can't quite make that out. All right, whatever. It's a fun little diversion, right? So there we go. Now let's talk about the actual toy that we're here to review today. So this is NECA's version, which is super articulated, which is the major difference between this one and the Sideshow one. And we've got, I'm kind of playing around with it to get a feel for what I'm going to be talking about here. So you've got a great waist joint that goes down into, this NECA, this sort of crutch diaper, as people like to call it, is their standard now. But I will say it works really well for a mummy because you're going to have natural lines and everything going on in here anyway. So it actually looks fine on him, whereas on some of the other figures, it's a little weird if they don't do it exactly right, or if it's not fitted exactly properly. I've gotten some where it's kind of like twisted off to the side, and you have to sit there and mess around with it to get it in place. But anyway, looks good. Looks really good. The waist joint is a nice sort of ball joint type situation there. You've got the torso joint. Look at how far back that goes. That's kind of wild. And these are all, carefully loosen them up when you get your figure, but you can see he's got full on hip hop hooray action, which is very important for a mummy to have. I'm actually not digging this gap right here. I guess he's going to be hunched over, but even when you've got him sort of hunched over like this, because this is straight posture, which a mummy is probably not going to have, but when you have him like that, he's got this big gap right here. I don't care for this. But then when you put him in sort of more of a mummy posture, which that's I would say that's appropriately mummy-like, although when you bend him over that much, you can see right here kind of gives you a little bit of a break in the profile. I don't know. This part sticks out as though it should be like that. Do you see what I'm talking about? But if you lean him over, it reduces the visibility of this gap. But I really do feel like this sculpt should go down to about here. There's just too much of a hole in that chest. Very odd. All right, let's keep going. Shoulder articulation. He's got the upper bicep, which feels a little gummy. I would recommend, you can see the cut there. I would recommend probably heating this up before you twist it too much because this bicep is a softer plastic and it's possible that the peg holding it in the shoulder could shear off. So I would heat this up. I wouldn't test it too much. This one feels a little bit better. This one's moving more easily. And it's interesting to note, like you can see where the bandages, they used those to create the articulation. Over here, you've got a little different sort of design with the bandages. I like how they did that. You've got double jointed elbows, which is nice. Maybe more than a mummy needs, but still they look pretty good. NECA has really gotten to the point where we can turn this one a little bit. Okay, so you can see right here. Gosh, look at all this wear and everything in here, all these holes and just the dirt washed into the bandages. But look at the way this is all, there's holes and it's all torn up at the wrist, so you have the exposed flesh from here down. And then I just noticed that the arm was turned the wrong way. So if you actually turn it, you get a little deeper bend because the sculpt allows for it right here. I can't hear you in the back. All right, sorry. He's got the ring sculpted onto that hand. Look at the nails. Look at the nasty black fingernails on this guy. Oh, it's beautiful. Really nice work. Okay, so real quick, let's bring back our sideshow guy and let's take a look at his hand. And look, still fantastic. I still love this figure, but just that paint, this one is a sort of a curled up fist type deal. I like the way he's clutching it to his chest here. But, I mean, the paint is just on another level with this one. On the other hand, same thing. You've got the bandages kind of end here. And it's interesting to note. Oh, there we go. No? Okay. So, yeah, little artistic license even was taken with the sideshow one because you can see this left hand is bandaged. Whereas I would imagine NECA has gone for as much screen accuracy as they can. So I would think that this is more correct. All right, so moving along, you can see we've got sort of the standard hip joints going on there. All right, standard for NECA rather. And then the knee, that feels a little tight. I'm going to leave that alone. There we go. That one's okay. So we've got a single knee joint, which I'm fine with. Mummy doesn't need to be squatting down. He's not Spider-Man or Scarab Man. I don't know. But from the front, I feel like they've done a really nice job of concealing those knee joints. You can see, the little overlap right here. But again, because of the bandages and the design, it works really nicely. And then got some toe action sticking out right there. And then on the ankles, again, standard modern ankle joint that really everybody should be using now because you're pretty much capable of getting whatever you want out of this kind of ankle joint now. So he looks great size. Oh, I didn't talk about the head joint. He has got the base of his neck is on a ball joint. Oh, wow, with a lot of range. And then, of course, the head is also on a ball joint, which has tons of range. So this is one of the best articulated necks in my collection, to be honest. Great job on this. And then finally, the portrait, just completely dried up, dead looking, wrinkly skin, dusky hair. Just looks fantastic. Such a nice job on him. So he's great. Proportionally looks fantastic. This figure is, aside from this gap here, this figure is almost beyond reproach. So let's take a look at the accessories that he came with. We have the chest with the hieroglyphics on the top. I think I've got that upside down. Or maybe I don't. Come on, there's got to be a bird or something that should give me a clue as to the orientation of this thing. Nope. But beautiful paint job. Sculpting is, look at the fine detail on, is this Osiris maybe? But anyway, just beautiful sculpted detail. And pops right open, and look at that. We've got some scrolls inside. That's scrolls, not scrolls. Beautiful aged parchment. And look at this. Look at this detail. Unbelievable. Now, the sideshow figure also included a scroll that looks pretty much as good as this one. The printing might not be quite as nice, but it is. They did do a really nice job with theirs as well. And the sideshow scroll, say that 5 times fast, came with a little ring to put around the rolled up scroll, which this one you kind of have to roll up yourself. So that looks great. Chest looks great. Set all that aside. He's got some auxiliary bandages here to kind of hang off him wherever you'd like. I will potentially watch the movie again just to see how these things like this might be positioned. But they're just soft plastic that you can hang wherever you want. Very nicely done. They've got the same paint, same appearance as the bandages on the figure, so these are going to work really well. Got a couple of alternate hands here. Now, I do wish that he came with, these are both alternate right hands that kind of seem to be doing the same thing. The ring is different. Interesting. I kind of wish he had come with, let's compare that. So that is, I don't remember exactly what goes on with the ring in the movie. Let me know in the comments, please. I know you will. But I kind of wish he had come with the balled up hand because I like this look, but at the same time, I've already got the sideshow figure with that look, so I don't really need it in the mummy. So his default head, you can see the eyes are closed. This is the guy that is going to be in that sarcophagus that you buy. And look at that. He can do the crossed arms pose. I could work it a little more and get it done even better, I think. But this is the head that's going to be in that sarcophagus you buy. Taking a little nap. And then this, the mummy is alive. Eyes open, creepy looking, but still expressionless. And then we have the singing mummy from a. So, and I didn't realize this until somebody posted it up on Instagram. It may well have been Meister Shake, who you should be following on Instagram if you're not, unless he doesn't want people following him. But he posted these 3 monsters figures, and they're recreating what I think is a Christmas card of the monsters singing. And I realized that one of the alternate portraits from each of the Universal Monsters figure is from that Christmas card, which I'll put in right here if I remember. So yeah, that's your reference for what the heck this portrait is. But I also like it as just kind of a menacing, like, mummy face. So now I am left to decide how and when I'm going to buy that accessory set. Oh gosh. All right, I'm going to try it. There we go. I really prefer, although this gives more articulation, I suppose. I really prefer the sort of peg, tapered peg that NECA has been using on some of their stuff lately over the ball joint. But this provides so much more range. Oh, look at that guy. Let's switch those hands out too. So we're going to give him the coming to get you hand. And his left hand is just stuck being a withered mess. Ooh, not going to bend that knee. Don't bend the knee. So there you go. There is your Universal Monsters mummy from NECA. Ultimate mummy from NECA. Looking just fantastic. They've really done a nice job with this guy. He's a must-have if you're a monster fan. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and come back every Monday and Wednesday for new toy reviews.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.